recently, 7 or 8 years ago, back in 2007, I guess? No, maybe, yeah, 8 or 9, I guess. Then probably 10 years ago.
This man, I became friends with him. He began to teach me Korean, very from the basics, ka, kyuk, yun, etc. And it takes time, maybe 1 year after, I begin to know maybe 20 people in Korean people.
It's your chance.
2016, 15.
Ah, see? Just finished with the Korean Adoptee forum, and now we're heading to our hotel room, the Sheila, and we just got upgraded. We had 2 single beds, and we have 1 big bed and 1 little bed, so we're very excited to check it out, right, honey?
Cold feet.
No, he's not excited, but let's go check out our room. Yogi? Shh. Okay. I have to be quiet. I have many beers in my belly. I love you. Yogi. Let's check out our dig, shall we?
I still want an extra bed.
Oh, and there's light. So this is our digs, guys. We're going to spend the night here. A bathtub! I miss you. Cups. Bathtub. Bathroom. All the stuff, all the bells and whistles. Enema? What? Okay, that's weird. There's my honey. He's looking good. And we got upgraded. We had 2 single beds, and they gave us a big bed and a little bed. So, Eric, you
still get this one.
don't want to sleep together?
You have cold feet.
And we're on the 24th floor. I'm a little bit scared. But this is our view, you guys. Okay, so sitting in bed, the hotel room. The Korean Adoptee event, did it meet my expectations? Yes. I got some contacts, I got some information about what's currently going on with the Korean adoption legal system in Korea. And I found the presentations to be not entirely what I expected, but I'm very thankful. I'm not ever going to shy away from something because it's not exactly what I wanted. I think that the first presentation was an hour and a half. It was supposed to be about how you can get a job in Korean if you're teaching English. It ended up being about culture, and I thought there would be a lot of great information about, 1, do something that you love and you're passionate about. 2, you got to know the culture where you're living. If you don't know the culture where you're living, how are you going to understand the inner workings? How are you going to assimilate? So I learned valuable lessons from the speaker. The first speaker we had a great vision. He was born here, he has really fluent English, and he's done a lot. He's done a lot of TV programs where he's commentating. He has written a book. He's very accomplished is what I'm saying. Does it relate to the Korean adoptee community? Not so much. I found a lot of value in what he was saying. Do what you love, be passionate about it, similar to Steve Jobs. And also, a lot of people in history who were really famous also weren't perfect. They may have been dyslexic, they may have had an unusual upbringing, but at the end of the day, they were able to make an impact in society, and that's what I really learned from it. And you live every day not knowing what the outcome of tomorrow will be, so you have to make sure that you're making your best effort every day. The second speaker was a French Korean adoptee who was adopted at 4 years old, and I really liked him. Later on, Eric and I had a chance to sit at a table with him and eat dinner, but he had to come to Korea. He was going to be deported. He had to come here and get a job. His experience working at a company, 3 different companies in Korea, basically taught him that you have to be relentless, you have to continue to apply if you want to get a job here, and luck has a big part of it, especially for him. He spoke English and Korean pretty well, But for a lot of us who are Korean adoptees, we don't speak Korean yet. It's a goal of ours. So how do we get a job in Korea? Persistence, and also networking and luck. There's no black or white answer, and he really basically made that a big point for all of us. And also, look at him now. He's definitely climbed the hierarchical ladder, and he's different than other Koreans. He's French. When his boss asks him to do something, he doesn't always just say yes. That's the Korean way. He may challenge his boss in a polite way, but he'll provide reasons why he disagrees. And that's one of the reasons why he's valuable to the company, is he gives his honest opinion. It's not the traditional way, but at least his boss respects him enough to understand his point of view. After that, we had dinner, and we had wine, which was great, and unlimited mekju or beer. We had a buffet we got to eat, and then there was raffle drawings, and Eric won a Starbucks gift card, and then the French speaker won, and he gave me his envelope, so we haven't opened it yet. But all in all, it was a really good experience. After dinner, I sat with some other Korean adoptees, and I had a chance to speak with them, and it was really just fun and comforting and nice that everyone has their own story. Why are they in Korea? How long are you going to be here? Who knows? But that's one of the common questions that I get being here is, how long are you going to be here? I'm not going to give an immediate answer. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. It's not up to me always. It's up to me to make sure I have employment, a roof over my head, and then we'll find out. But I want to be in Korea as long as it takes for me to learn the language. I want to be able to have a conversation with my mom and my sisters. I want to continue to experience new culture, and I've seen myself grow so much, and I've learned humility, I've learned patience, and also I've learned how to think outside the box. How do you communicate with 2 or 3 other team members and who don't speak English, who are not native to English? You have to use hand gestures. You have to be creative. You have to be able to slow the way that you talk. You have to be able to rephrase things over and over again until they get it. You have to not seem frustrated. You have to be calm. You have to be cordial. You have to be professional. And all this has made me develop my own leadership skills, my interpersonal skills, and made me appreciate Korean culture more. At the end of the day, Eric and I had the chance to sit at a table with someone who volunteers, who is a native Korean, who helps French Korean adoptees locate their families, and he's a volunteer. We got to sit with him. We got to sit with the second speaker, who has worked at a Korean company for 11 years, who's a Korean adoptee, and who is French Korean. And it was really fun just to sit there and gab and to find out about culture differences and just have a good time. Anytime you're put into an uncomfortable position, it's awkward at first, but you find your groove and you make it work, and I had such a good time that I definitely am going to look into other events that take place, whether it's Goal, whether it's other places. Definitely going to make sure that I am seeking out these opportunities. I had a free dinner. We had unlimited beer. We had such a good time. There was one part that was very uncomfortable. It was, there was a question and answer part where after the speeches were done, Korean adoptees had the chance to speak to Korean Adoption Society openly about questions that they had. To me, this part was kind of awkward because some Korean adoptees, I could tell, were wanting like immediate responses to their questions. So, for example, there's a lot of information about the Korean adoption laws, about bylaws, like for instance, how long it takes for the Korean adoption agencies to locate the families. For instance, right now it's 45 days. And if the Korean adoption agency can't locate their families within 45 days, then the case is dismissed until the next year. They have so many attempts to locate the family, 7 days. They have so many different tries of times they can communicate with the family or try to get in touch with them, 3 or 4 times through telegraph. And if they're not able to, you have to wait till next year. There's all these bylaws that are affecting Korean adoptees' ability to locate their families. There's a lot of debate going on today about, well, why can't you just go to the family's house? Why can't you call them on their cell phone? Everyone has a cell phone. Well, there's a lot of protection, privacy laws taking place, which prevents these agencies like Korean Adoption Society and other agencies to be able to knock on the doors, to be able to call Korean adoptee families through their cell phones because they opted out. They don't want to be contacted. Many Korean adoptees were really upset by this, and I totally understand. They want to see change happen. They want to see these laws change and these handbooks, all these regulations changed in favor of adoptees. If these people were to put themselves into our shoes, they would have a better understanding of what it's like to not have an identity, not know where they came from, not know how to make sense of everything, to be stuck in between multiple worlds. They are looking at things from a place of where they make sense, but it's not a place of where it makes sense to all of us. And I think that they should be open-minded, and Korean adoptees want to see action. The databases that they're putting together will assimilate information about different adoption agencies from the 4 different main adoption agencies, and it should help Korean adoptees locate as much as possible which adoption agency they came from. But there are a lot of outliers. For instance, orphanages. For instance, a lot of different other smaller places that aren't on the radar who have adopted adoptees to other countries without having a record, and that makes it difficult for adoptees to locate their birth families. And if that's the case, then we need to be opening up the channels to allow adoptees to obtain this information so they can find their birth families. Their birth families wouldn't consent if they don't know that their children are looking for them. Then again, the adoptees are really brave for speaking up, for making sense of everything that's going on, and to challenge the government of ministry and health to try to change the laws. Overall, it has been an expensive weekend, spending the night. We got up at 5 a.m. We're here in our hotel. It's 10 or 11 now, and I'm really thankful for this opportunity. And I'm going to keep you guys updated more about the adoption laws, what I'm finding out, what different events are occurring each year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.